Hello YouTubers, today's episode is a brief walkthrough of the Kennedy Space Center near Cocoa Beach, Florida. One of the most important things to remember is that there is so much to see, you want to get there before they open at 9 a.m. So don't worry about parking, there is a lot of parking. The first thing we did when we walked into the exhibit is visit the Heroes and Legends building, where they displayed and discussed, gave a lot of background on the original Friendship 7. After seeing the missile display at Wright-Patterson in the Air Force Museum, we were very surprised to see how actually much larger these rockets were than the missiles at Wright-Pat. As a footnote, these are actual rockets and not just models. Here I decided to ham it up and sit inside the model of a Mercury capsule. This next exhibit is the actual Mercury Control Center. In the background you can hear the conversations during an actual Mercury launch.
If we make up our mind that we have decided that this is a valid signal that tells us that it has separated, we'll probably ask the astronaut not to separate the package. Did I gather that you want the pack off? Is that correct? Negative. Yeah. I want an answer right now. You gotta give me an answer, or I'm gonna make the decision myself.
This is the actual Gemini 9 space capsule. All the rockets and most of the capsules are all actual space capsules and just not models. In fact, a lot of the equipment that was used in space is actually shown throughout this museum or exhibit. I know it's been said many times by other people on videos before, but just to imagine the size of this rocket is just overwhelming. Just notice all the people walking underneath it, and you can get a good idea of its actual true size. This rocket's broken up into all the stages, explaining the purpose of each stage and how it reacts to the inner space. Just as an FYI, throughout the facilities and the grounds, there's all kinds of places to eat. Another little tip is that if you're ever in a facility and you want to find your way out of it, just go to the gift shop, because they said all gift shops lead to the buses or lead out. These next few pictures are of the Apollo 14 space capsule. It's quite impressive to see, and as you'll also notice, I did take a chance or take a moment to ham it up a little bit in front of it. I don't care to be in front of the camera, but every once in a while I'll poke my face into it. These non-working models were actually made with parts used to build the lunar vehicles. This lunar sample is actually something that you could actually touch, which Marilyn and I both reached in and just felt the texture of it. It's pretty cool to say that you actually touched a piece of the moon. Of course, everybody is very familiar with this airstream that was used to transport the astronauts. The next two shots are of the pieces of the Challenger and the Columbia, which had both crashed, killing the entire cruise. This is one of the most exciting exhibits that I have ever experienced. It's the Atlantis, which had made more than 20 flights into outer space. It's an up-close experience with a lot of information that's provided for you. Some of the unique displays that they have surrounding Atlantis is a mock-up of the interior of the cockpit, which has all the dials and switches and the controls, where you can actually sit down and play with them. Kids can pretend that they're actually flying a space shuttle. It's divided into 2 sections, so you can have a pilot and a co-pilot, but it's very realistic and pretty cool to sit in. You'll find several hands-on similar displays throughout the facility, which makes it pretty entertaining to experience what it's like to be an astronaut. I hope you enjoyed this brief look at the Kennedy Space Center, but remember, this is only a small sampling. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And once again, thanks for watching.